What's going on, everybody? Brian here from Hands On Auto Training. End of day, August 9th, 2021. Over the weekend, I had a vehicle that was interesting, 2013 Ford E250. They had some sort of speed limiting enabled on it. The customer bought the vehicle as a safe light fleet vehicle for his company, and he wants to be able to go over 80 or whatever. And there's a setting in Ford IDS for limiting the speed to 75 miles an hour. However, this was not enabled, so it ended up just doing a fresh install or ID the vehicle by tear tag, and then PMI on IDS took care of that speed limiting factor. So that was that. Now today was an interesting day. Ford has been giving me a little bit of trouble in the background lately, not working today to get the files linked up. So I've had to manually go all day and download the files and settings and all that stuff to get it done. Not a big deal, but it's all right. The first job of the day was a Ford Focus with a dual clutch TCM. It was a brand new TCM. We got that one done okay, no problems. The next job of the day was a 2011 Transit Connect. This was a PCM replacement. It was a aftermarket remanufactured unit. I always keep my maintainer on vehicles as I do them, and on this one, as I swapped the PCM, I think I bumped my negative cable, and it was still on, but it wasn't making good enough contact. And as I was doing the security learn, IDS actually was like at 50%, and it went all the way across, and it said battery low voltage detected. And I fixed it right away. I was like, oh no, I wiggled my connection and it sparked. I'm like, dang it. And then I started the security again, and of course it got to the end after 10 minutes. I did a parameter reset and it just wasn't working. I tried for about 2 hours. I monkeyed around with this thing. I think that I may have damaged that computer, or it may have been a problem all along. Installing the original computer and trying to start it, it wouldn't start. I had to do the security parameter reset again with the original computer. And then I went back and did it with the used or the remanufactured one. I just couldn't get this thing to work to save my life. It was no good. Next job of the day was a ABS module, a used ABS module on a Cadillac CTS. Got that thing handled all right, no big deal. Job after that was, let me see here. It was a used car lot car that was bought from the auction. This thing had a used ABS module put on it and a used computer. So the computer that was taken out of it was also used, and it had the calibrations from a Dodge Journey. This was a 2010, and I was not able to be savvy enough to figure out a way to swap the files on this one. I should have played a little longer. I got a couple ideas if I go back, but I think they're just going to get a remanufactured computer that it will kind of be have a generic calibration ID so that YTech will allow it to program properly. The next job of the day was programming some keys on a Honda. This was a simple 2006 Honda Civic. Did the keys right with Auto Pro Pad. Kind of liking that tool. It's working out pretty well for me. That was no issue there. And then we went on to a Nissan, a 2006 Nissan Altima that sent a 2101 and a 2118 code for the throttle body. It does have a new throttle body and a used PCM in it, so that's not the issue, right? So I monkeyed around with this thing for a little while, testing at the PCM, and it was very interesting that throttle motor control voltage comes from a relay underneath the hood from the whatever they call that, the power distribution box or power distribution center, but it's a smart box, I guess. But the relay in there is controlled directly from the PCM. So I noticed the PCM was turning off that relay after about 5 to 6 seconds of running. However, that relay was staying commanded on, and my voltage, that power supply voltage for the throttle motor that goes to the PCM would start out at 12 volts key on, and as soon as I started, it would go down around 6 volts, and it would get all fuzzy and stuff, and then when the computer saw it getting fuzzy and crazy is when it would cut it off. So it turned out to be a bad relay. I swapped the fuel pump relay and this other relay, and it worked fine. Now, I'm not saying that that's a fix. We got to replace the relay. But once I swapped them, the codes never came back, and then we got the surging that we get with a Nissan where it idles up and idles down until I did the idle volume relearn procedure, and then we're all set there. So that was cool. I'm glad I got that one. Next job of the day was a 2005 Cadillac DHS, like a DeVille. This thing has a motor that was rebuilt or something in there. It's got a lot of issues. First off, we had no communication, no check engine light. And then I got the idea just to check for battery voltage or any voltage on the block, you know, just going from the body ground to the block. and I had 9 volts key on, engine off. Also, the fuel pump was running all the time. You could hear it circulating through the lines. So that was quite a mess. And they put like 3 starters on it. I don't know why. I don't know all the details. But I can tell you, I found 2 places where ground should be, but I can't find the wires anywhere. So I took big old battery cables at 2 different places on the block and jumped that to the ground of the body, and then went ahead and cranked it. I would get a click. I think this thing may be hydrolocked. I think the injectors may have been clicking too, and because this thing just does a dead click. One of 2 things. I know the battery's low. We do have a jumper box on there. And then the other thing is these ground connections I was using were hokey. It wasn't a good job. It's not the right way to do it, but I was just monkeying around seeing if I could get it to crank. I think they're going to have to see if they can spin that motor over by hand and go from there. I have a lot of B-roll for today. I'm hoping to get it up to you guys to overlay on the video here, but it was a long day and it's already 7:30 at night, so I don't think I'm going to, I may not get the B-roll up. Guys, I want to tell you also, I've been doing a little bit of testing with that DLC breakout box that I said we'd have a giveaway for. I'm not liking this DLC breakout box. I think it's a pile of junk. I'm going to have videos on it showing you why and the problems I've been having. So the giveaway is going to be for an OTC breakout box. I ordered one up, and basically anybody who is signed up to Core or Premium at Hands On Auto Training by a certain day, I'll let you guys know. I'll probably make a video on this review of that other tool and compare them, and then as of a such and such date, whoever signed up will be entered into a drawing to win that OTC DLC breakout box. So I hope that's an incentive to help people get signed up, and maybe somebody will get something that they need. Other than that, I hope you guys are doing well. I think I covered all the vehicles I did today. I might have forgot one. It was a super busy day for me. So have a great day, and peace out.